Okay, today's message is November 6th. This is the verse we're looking at. Proverbs 15:31-32. Proverbs is in the Old Testament, the first part of the Bible. And Proverbs is compiled of just good wisdom statements. The whole thing is just a lot of things that are good tips, good wisdom for your life, my life, everyone. And you can definitely learn something from it. So I'll go to the entire chapter. I'll read it, pull some information out of it that can be inspirational to us, and then read the specific verse. So let's start. Proverbs 15. It says, "A gentle answer makes anger disappear, but a rough answer makes it grow." Now I'll stop right there because I just finished doing yesterday's message, November 5th, and that was one of the topics. Be good to somebody who's being evil to you and watch how evil disappears. But if you be evil to someone who's being evil to you, watch how much it grows. So I'll start over and says, "A gentle answer makes anger disappear, but a rough answer makes it grow." Gentle answer makes anger disappear. A rough answer makes anger grow. Listening to wise people increases your knowledge, but only nonsense comes from the mouth of fools. So listen to wise people so you can get knowledge. If you see someone has wisdom or speaks on things that you haven't even comprehended or considered, listen to that person. They're wise. And if you don't, if you're just worrying about nonsense, then you're hanging around fools, it says. The Lord sees what happens everywhere. He watches everyone, good and evil. So God's got his eye out, whether you think you got away with something or not. God sees you. People call it karma, but it's God. Sometimes God's allowing your revenge to come to you in his punishment if you're punished for what you've done. So God sees everyone. He knows what they're capable of, if they're good or if they're evil, etc. Next it says, "Kind words are like a life-giving tree, but lying words will crush your spirit." It's telling you, tell the truth, because your truth gives life to the situation. If you try to lie to cover something up, it's just going to tear you apart inside because you got to live with that lie and know you lied. Next it says, "Fools refuse to listen to their father's advice, but those who accept discipline are smart." Again, they're saying listen to wise people. In this case, it says listen to your father, and you will be smart through that discipline. Next, it says good people are rich in many ways, but those who are evil get nothing but trouble. Be good, because in various areas, do good things and richness will come to you. It's not always financial, but definitely you'll feel rich, whether rich in spirit or whatever. But those who are evil get nothing but trouble. Next it says, wise people say things that give you new knowledge, but fools say nothing worth hearing. That's self-explanatory. Next it says, the Lord hates the offerings of the wicked, but he is happy to hear the prayers of those who live right. So a wicked person might come and say, hey, I'm donating $1 million in the name of God. He's not pleased with that offering. But he is happy if, of course, someone just sends up a little authentic, authentic prayer from the heart. He's happy with that person who's living right. He'd rather have that good little prayer than you to donate $1 million in his name if you're evil. So the Lord hates the way evil people live, but he loves those who try to do good. Whoever stops living right will be punished. Whoever hates to be corrected will be destroyed. The Lord knows everything, even what happens in the place of death. So surely he knows what people are thinking. Fools hate to be told they are wrong, so they refuse to ask wise people for advice. If you are happy, your face shows it. If you are sad, your spirit feels defeated. Intelligent people want more knowledge, but fools only want more nonsense. Life is always hard for the poor, but the right attitude can turn it into a party. And that's a good thing too. If you're poor, look around. Are you really poor in your spirit? That's the only time you can actually be poor. It doesn't matter your financial status, whether you have a lot of money, little money, you're not poor. The only time you really officially become poor is when you're poor in your spirit. where if you're rich and you have a poor spirit, you're poor. If you're poor and you have a poor spirit, you're poor. But if you're poor and have if you have a rich spirit and you're poor financially, you can feel like you're rich. If you have a rich spirit and you're rich financially, you can enjoy the richness that you have financially plus other things within yourself. So it doesn't always take a lot in the world to be happy. Realize that God created you, and that thought that you're alive, that should bring you tons of joy just for that thought. It is better to be poor and respect the Lord than to be rich and have many troubles. It is better to eat a little where there is love than to eat a lot where there is hate. And I think I've read this chapter before in a past video, but that's fine. I don't mind speaking on it again. But that one there was definitely something we can apply to life. Look where you're eating, not with financial eyes where you say, oh, it's poor, I barely got a table. Not that kind of look. Look where you're eating, more so who you're eating with. It is better to eat a little where love is than to eat a lot where there is hate. You might have a Thanksgiving dinner on the table every night, but if you're with somebody who always has a hateful attitude and the mood that they have is just pure anger or hating, or they might keep it peaceful for a little while and then all of a sudden they pop off about nothing and they turn everything so dramatic and make little instances seem like it's World War III. That's not how you should be living. It should be peaceful, it should be loving. And like I said, it is better to eat a little where there's love than to eat a lot where there is hate. Because I definitely would know I'd rather eat if you had scraps for dinner, but the company's good. I'd rather be at that table than being where there's a Thanksgiving dinner and someone has a bad attitude constantly. Next, it says, a quick temper causes fights, but patience brings peace and calm. So don't be quick tempered. Give people a break. We're all humans. We all make mistakes. Everybody walks around and they say, oh, I have pet peeves and I'm irked or all the other things. Give people a break. Give people a chance. Be peaceful. Be patient. Be calm, because you're avoiding a fight. For lazy people, life is a path overgrown with thorns and thistles. For those who do what is right, it is a smooth highway. So it's just saying, don't be lazy. If you're lazy, you got this life to live. And if you live it lazily, just kick back, not doing anything, then your path is getting overgrown with thorns and thistles because you're not taking care of it. So it's growing, your whole path of life is just going wild. But if you do what's right and live a right way and you're not lazy, etc., then it'll be a smooth highway because you're always at work trying to clear off the road so you can make space and make a way for yourself. Wise children make their parents happy. Foolish children bring them shame. Doing foolish things makes a fool happy, but a wise person is careful to do what is right. If you don't ask for advice, your plans will fail. With many advisors, they will succeed. So when you have a business plan, that's everyone probably knows this. If you have a business plan, and it's good to get advice. You don't want to just go into something and just say I'm going to do it, especially when if it has a lot of investors involved or it can cost you greatly. If it's a little cost, feel free to experiment how you want to, but it's telling you if you don't ask for advice, your plans will definitely fail. But if you have lots of advisors, they will succeed. People are happy when they give a good answer, and there is nothing better than the right word at the right time. What wise people do leads to life here on earth and stops them from going down to the place of death. The Lord destroys a proud man's house, but protects a widow's property. The Lord hates evil thoughts, but he is pleased with kind words. Whoever takes money to do wrong invites disaster. Refuse such gifts and you will live. Good people think before they answer, but the wicked do not, and what they say causes trouble. The Lord is far away from the wicked, but he always hears the prayers of those who do what is right. A smile makes people happy. Good news makes them feel better. To be counted among the wise, you must learn to accept helpful criticism. If you refuse to be corrected, you are only hurting yourself. Listen to criticism and you will gain understanding. Wisdom teaches you to respect the Lord. You must be humble before you can be honored. Okay, those are all good things. Different topics here and there scattered, but in the gist of everything, it's just trying to tell you be wise in all you do. That's how you can summarize this. Actually, that's what the whole book of Proverbs is about. It's telling you be wise constantly. Be wise, be wise, be wise. And being wise is following God, relating to God, having a relationship with God, and doing what God wants you to do. So the actual verse of the day was Proverbs 15:31 through 32. And let's read what it actually says. To be counted among the wise, you must learn to accept helpful criticism. If you refuse to be corrected, you're only hurting yourself. Listen to criticism and you will gain understanding. So, no one likes to hear any bad news, of course, but sometimes bad news is necessary to change a path or behavior. So, listen to criticism and you'll gain understanding. That's what it's saying. Don't be on the, because normally when you're brought bad news, you automatically have the tendency to want to jump into defense mode or, um, you know, just be against it. But if you're listening to criticism, it can help you improve in areas that you hadn't even thought of. And it all has to do with being a better person. So that is the verse of the day. Nothing more, nothing less. Each tip was self-explanatory, so it's not much to go into or dwell on or explain even. I mean, they were really simple quotes of wisdom. So I would just say, Our Father who art in heaven, holy is your name. Your kingdom will come and your will be done on this earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our debts as we forgive those who have debts against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For it's yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen. Have a good day, everyone. See you tomorrow. Hopefully, God willing.